And we're live.
We're live, good, okay. So, I am here with Melissa.
Yes.
Very good. And
Olivia.
Olivia. You've been teaching in the school, Olivia?
I have, yeah.
How's that been?
Really fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah?
Definitely a little bit of a challenge just because they're very new to hair, but it's nice, it's fun.
You're in Doc Martin boots, same as Lauren.
I know,
What is
yeah.
it? Has anybody
We have
else
a
got
cute
Docs on?
sweatshirt.
Twins.
No, just you two. You like copying each other?
No, we're just,
we're matching
you know,
today.
Great minds.
Great minds think alike.
Iconic duo.
Yes.
So with Melissa's hair, we just rinsed it, and what did we put in?
We used Rogue.
What is Rogue?
Rogue is our non-foaming cleanser, and it's really great and moisturizing for curly hair.
And it's part of our what product line?
American Wave line.
American Wave line. So let's bring it in. Now, what are we going to do with your hair, Melissa? Let's have a look at your inspiration. I know we saw your hair dry in the consultation. You got that smashed phone too, yeah?
I do.
You smashed
I
it.
just pulled it out of my pocket and it was cracked once.
Really?
There's no case on it.
I know.
It's like being a bit wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
With no case on
Living
it.
life on the edge.
We're living life on the edge. So we're
Yeah.
like the round curl. So off the shoulder. Can you do that face?
Probably.
Yeah. When I'm finished, you'll probably have that face for sure. All right, so let's go in. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to... Actually, I'm not going to put the length in first. I'll put the length in later. I'm going to section out the entire top. Do I have some clips there? Let's scoop this all the way around. Nice curl. We'll take out like a big horseshoe, and then we'll start the foundation of the underneath of our first cut. How often do you get your hair cut?
I used to get it cut more when it was shorter, but it's kind of longish now, so I haven't gotten cut in a few months.
You haven't got it cut in a while, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do for Thanksgiving?
Probably going to see my parents upstate
Yeah, whereabouts?
in Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie. Is that New York?
Yep.
Poughkeepsie, New York. You been there?
I don't think I've been to Poughkeepsie.
No?
It's like an hour and a half north.
Get tipsy in Poughkeepsie. So we'll just twist the top out. We'll take the section, the clip. We'll place that in. We'll make sure we're balanced. We could rudimentally put the length in. I think I will now. I've taken this out. I'll spin around. We don't need to take a long time doing this, but we do need to establish the length. And we also have to think about the shrink, because obviously curly hair shrinks more than straight hair because of the curl. Take another clip. I'm going to use my B-Mac shears, which are the scissors that we give to all of our students, and they're the scissors that I use on a daily basis. 5.0. Section the hair straight down the center, top of the spine. You're good. You're good. Just like a
Where are you going?
She's going to Poughkeepsie. She's going to get tipsy in Poughkeepsie.
No.
Oh, so sorry, Mom and Dad. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the fine teeth of the comb. We're going to cut this in our fingers, and we're going to cut it so we're below. If this is the neckline, the hair's wet, so there's more stretch, so we're going to cut it below the neckline, and then it will jump and shrink. We can always cut more off. You can't stick it back on. So I'm going to keep a nice, clean, precise line as I push this in. And remember to keep your fingers flat to the back of the head. Sorry, flat to the back of the shoulder. Not to the back of the head. To the back of the shoulder. So I'm flat, my fingers are completely flat. And then I'm just following through and putting that length right in. The first section is the guide. Notice that as we cut, because we're going to get in, we don't actually put our thumb into the blade, into the hole. Once we've cut the first section with the head lightly down, we'll just check it. Just check for balance. Feels really good. I'm going to take what I like to call quite healthy sections. Yeah, it's not so critical here because we are going to be layering the hair, but we do want to get a balanced line. So you're gonna cut straight on the line and just put that length right in. Fine teeth of the comb. Keep an eye on the head. It's very easy for the head to lightly move. When the head lightly moves, that could mean that your haircut becomes slightly off center. So it's really important that in this instance, we're not using our mirror because we're trying to play to our camera. But when you are cutting, it's good to have the client so you can see where the head is positioned. When you take a look in the mirror, you can keep an eye on the position of the client's head, and that makes sure that you are perfectly balanced. Fine teeth of the comb will enable you to get really nice, what I like to call even tension. And this is the Erosion scissor cutting comb. It's a 6-inch comb made by Scissor, and it's a nice rubberized plastic, and it's a beautiful cutting comb. Available at erosionpro.com for all your hairdressing needs. You like that?
Look at you.
For all your hairdressing needs. Yeah, soon we may have the shower cap.
Sarah Meyer says good morning.
Good morning, Sarah Myers. Thanks for tuning in. So you'll notice I'm keeping it just a little squarer. So I don't want to round it up because once I put the layers in, it's going to create a little bit of rounding up. So keep your sections nice, clean, precise, work quickly, methodically. And, you know, when we are cutting curly hair, you know, one of the things that, you know, I'm a firm believer of is structure, creating structure in the hair. Yeah, there are plenty of hair brands out there that like to promote curly cuts. And a lot of the curly cuts, they tend to do a lot of freehand work, a lot of cutting with the curl. The Erosion methodology, is that right? Methodology. Thank you.
Look at you.
Wow, Lauren, thank you.
Smarticle.
Thank you from helping me out. Methodology is structure. It's the design piece, making sure that we have a really strong structured design. That will enable the cut to last longer. So if you are doing freehand work, that can work, but on hair like we have here, I think that really it's all about putting in a strong structured shape, and then you could maybe add a little personalization with freeform technique at the very end. But this is typically how we like to cut curly textures. We're a big fan of curl, wave, and texture. Of course, we have a special line dedicated for curl, wave, and texture. That's called the American Wave line. And we're showing you how we cut to create a really nice rounded shape for Melissa. Renee from France came on a wave.
She ate it.
She ate it like a washing machine. All right, so now I'm just going to work towards the back of the ear. Can you see the way I've done that section? Everything towards the back of the ear. Be careful for the dibbles. She's got 2 dibbles in there. It's a special piercing technique. Fine teeth of the comb. Comb the hair straight through. So we're 5 minutes into the cut, and we've just put the length in. And that's important to do because when we kind of create this rounded layer, you round the layers to the length.
How you say it?
You say methodology. How do you say it, Lauren?
No, how do you say it?
How do you say it, Lauren?
Hayunaso hair.
Hayunaso hair. Hayinsu.
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 I'll get it right one day. Hayinsu. He says, hey Nick, California watching you. Who's fired up early this morning?
Yeah, we know you're fired up. He sent me a picture of him driving through the burning flames.
Oh no.
Yes, Heinzu.
Heinzu.
He made it. What did you call him?
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. Methodology.
Methodology. He's the methodology man, Heinzu.
Michael Walter Snyder says, what's up, Nick? How much are those cross necklaces online?
Well, it all depends what vintage you're going to get, you know? We got the French one and we got the Italian-Turkish one.
We also got Derek Anthony.
Oh, Derek was dancing in the streets.
He
Derek. Life's over.
No, Sabrina's great.
Nothing wrong with Sabrina. Just saying. Same old crackers.
Oh, man.
He's laughing right now. Congratulations, Derek. I'm so happy that you're married. Honestly, you can't wait. You know what? Now you're married, you can lose your hair.
He said LOL.
LOL.
He's laughing out loud.
Yes, exactly.
Annette Matthew says, hello, Nick. I tuned in just in time for the dad jokes that make my day.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thanks. Well, I'm a dad, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, Derek's losing his hair already. All right, let's have a look in the mirror and see where we're at. We'll spin around, just have a look and see. So we got the length in there. You can see it's going to shrink up just around the corner. We kept the top out, and now what we're going to do is we're going to round it through. So I'll start right here. You stand on the corner of the chair. This is the corner of the chair. Can you see that, Lauren? Yep, corner of the chair. Stand right here so you're kind of like on the corner facing. That's the perfect way to get your balance in. Your sections, this is now going to be like a round graduate. We call this a round graduation technique. I'm not going to go heavily layered, but I'm going to be layered because I'm going to see what happens. She's got plenty of hair up here. Most amount of shape is going to be around the front. So we over direct the hair forward, down. I like to call that down and around. And let's take out this corner. As we take out this corner, this is going to create a little shape around the face. You want to make sure that you don't cut the hair too far back. You'll take off the corner. So I comb the hair, what I like to say, down, around, and then I'm working up. I could cut this with a razor, but I'll save the razor for Renee. Next section is parallel to the first section. And I'm going to use a little bit of elevation right in this section. So it's not going to be combed to the same place. I'm going to elevate. First section was down, second section's up. You okay, Melissa?
Yep.
Still breathing?
Yep.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Second section there. Yep. Third section, keep your sections parallel. So 1, 2, 3. We're now starting to move into the corner, into the pre-existing length that we just established, the baseline. We're going to overdrive the head forward again and lift a little higher. So what's happening here is my hand is moving up and around. I'm not combing the hair all forward, slightly down and forward. And then you see this length here? That is the exterior length. I'm going to work right to that piece. And if you follow the line, it's slightly, just look at the axis of the hand. You'll see a slight curve. That movement, that curvature is going to create that rounded shape that she desires. So now we're behind the ear. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to move the chair. Usually you'd move your feet. I'm going to keep the chair moving so that Lauren doesn't have to move because she doesn't like to move too much. She likes to stay in the same spot. She doesn't like to burn too much energy, although we are going to go for breakfast.
We are.
What's on the menu?
Locks, baby.
A lox baby.
Yeah.
You can have a small baby covered in salmon and cream
Locks.
cheese. Ah, baby lox. I want my baby lox. All right, so follow my hand again. So you'll see There's a roundness to the shape. Taking that corner out. Whoops, calm down, calm down. Calm down, it's okay, we got another
one.
Thanks. Yeah, if we got one. We'll clean that one up. Next section. Keep it nice and clean. And now what's going to happen, it's going to be the first time we're going to change it. I'll go in with the red. First time we're going to change it is now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the outsides of my fingers. So I could go here, but now this elbow is really quite strong. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. So I can do exactly the same by dropping the elbow, and that gives me more comfort. And I like to be comfortable, just like Lauren in her Doc Martens boots. So we just spent the last weekend in Charleston, South Carolina, and that was fun. I was also in Wellington, Florida. My good friend Tom Monticello. He celebrated 30 years of being in business. And then I did a Happy Mondays in Charleston. Our next Happy Mondays is going to be here in New York City. It's going to be on December the 10th. Definitely sign up for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to get sold out. It's going to be a special Santa Claus edition. So definitely check out our last Happy Mondays of the year in our New York Tribeca Academy location. Couple of weeks I'll be heading back down to Florida to Scotch Bonnet for the opening of their salon. I'll also be heading out to Atlanta to take clients at my good friend Jeff South and Salon Intrigue in Marietta, Georgia. And we're just kind of winding down towards the end of the year, which is good because it gets busy towards the holiday season. It's been a long year this year, a lot of work. I think we've done something like 14 trade shows. And obviously we've probably done about 75 classes all year. So it's been one hell of a humdinger. An amazing Erosion Expo, which we did. We've had exposés in Charlotte, Philadelphia. I can't remember if we did. Minneapolis, yeah, we did 3. We're planning exposés next year in Miami, New Orleans, and Bonjour, Montreal. Mm-hmm. So definitely check out our calendar. We'll be launching our calendar for education literally in the next few days. We have the rough outline set. I'll be checking it today. We may even be announcing getting it out there before the end of the week. So notice how I've worked all the way around. I am right now in the center back of the head. And notice if you can see the angle of the finger is just pointing in because I'm trying to create roundness in the shape. So you'll follow this section up. And when I move the position of my fingers, it's purely for comfort. Notice how I don't want this hair to get too wet. I like to work from wet to dry. We prepped Melissa's hair with our Rogue cleanser, part of our American Wave product line, which is all focused on wave curl and texture. The nice thing about the Rogue is it's a non-foaming cleanser. So for curly textures where we typically are happy to have a little bit of the, we don't really overly need to make it too squeaky clean. She washed her hair yesterday, so Rogue's a great day 2 or day 3 cleanser. Yeah, it's not a conditioner, it's not a shampoo, it's more of a combo. This will be my final section before I then go to the opposite side. And I'm working below the rounds of the head to set in the shape. And then notice, so you'll see this is not a free-form shape, it's a very structured shape. So it's a very structured, we call this round graduation, It's part of our test out. When our hairdressers do their test out, making sure they can create a rounded, layered shape. Most people tend to do it much shorter in the test out, and we have a test out tonight. Who is it? Do you know? No one knows apart from me. See, it's good job I'm focused. Yeah? And you can see the roundness of the shape right here. So you can see what we've got. So you see this side's square and this side is rounded. So now the hard part is matching it to the opposite side. But I've done it twice, so I think I'll be able to do it one more time. We'll get it right. You doing okay?
Yep.
We're using our famous Hydro Mist. This is the product that I love. We have a new conditioner, spray conditioner, coming out in American Wave. So it's a new product. We're working on the name today. So it's a product that's been approved. We've been working on it. It's a more heavyweight moisturizer. It is a spray conditioner. And it'll be launched in 2019. But for now, we'll use our regular Hydro Mist. When you come to do the first section's exactly the same. I'm going to try and replicate the same on both sides. So just come back to your original side, have a little look, kind of hold it, kind of remember the angle, and then we'll do exactly the same. So you can kind of get like a good reference point. You've already cut one side, so there's your reference. Always use the fine teeth of the comb to get real structure. First section, I always cut longer. I always cut that first section longer because if I can get it within a ½ inch, then I can come back and say, right, I'm within a ½ inch. Now I'll take a ½ inch off. Section 1. Section 2 coming through. Remember, each section you pull it forward, down and around. Slight elevation. Fine teeth of the comb, keep the hair nice and tight. Section 2. Let's have a little touch point on section 2. Just want to make sure that we don't start going too far while the hair gets too long. So you stand in front and you do a test. This side's dry, so this side's got a little bit more stretch. So you can adjust. My experience can help me judge that. I think we're in good shape. Section 3, elevating round. Notice just one blade moves. Practice really great combing, really clean cutting. You want to make sure that everything that you do has precision, because the precision is what's going to pay the bills. Because when your haircuts last and the hair looks great and your client gets a compliment, she's going to be your raving fan, and your raving fan is going to send more business your way. And that is how it always works. As we're coming through the back, you can just take the section and comb it, and Olivia likes it when I do that. That's a little kinky move that she likes.
Yep.
She gets off on that. Yep.
I really do.
Yep. So what we're doing there is you just put the comb in and you pull it backwards to get all the hair out. It's especially good when you've got doubles. Yeah? Because then you don't pull the doubles. So it's just a special way. Back comb it out. She's breathing heavily right here.
It's happening way too many times.
Too many times. I can't see more than 3 times in a day. Sorry, Lauren. What was that?
Nothing.
Look at the thickness of my section. Your sections are about a ½ inch, ¼ inch thick. We're right at the, just behind the ear. I'll call this a touch point. So once I finish this, I'm going to check to see whether I'm using enough elevation. I want to make sure I've got enough elevation in the hair so that the shape's balanced, because I'm going to start to run in to the hair that I've already cut, because I came over the center before. So it may be heavier. Let me have a look and see. But that's a perfect place to stop and see. So I'm going to stand in front. I'm I'm gonna comb the hair forward. And I think it's trending pretty good. Maybe just a, just hold that for me, Lauren. I mean, Olivia.
Okay.
That's what happens when you get old. You call everyone the same name. Just take a little piece here and here. If I pull it forward, then I can see if it comes from the same place. If it hits the corner of the mouth, then it's balanced. So now we can just confidently carry on. So we're going to confidently carry on.
We got a few more people tuning in. Pauline Wosley says good morning.
Good morning, Pauline. So Pauline's going to be getting ready. She's already got her elf outfit for the special Happy Mondays edition.
Ooh.
Sexy Wozni. She's the elf. She's going to be working on stage with us. We're excited about that, Pauline. Who else we got?
Jason Smith says good morning.
Jason Smith.
Tuning in.
Bonsoir, Tom Monticello. Talked about you all morning, sir. Great pictures on Facebook. And congratulations on 30 years of Visions Salon in Wellington, Florida.
He said, had a great time this weekend. Thanks again for coming.
Always a pleasure. It was a lot of fun, and I made it home in one piece, thankfully.
Pauline Wosley said, how did you know?
I know.
About the elf costume.
I know, Pauline. I know. Wait till you see what I'm wearing.
Should I get a Santa costume?
You want to be doing Happy Monday? You want to do it too?
No, I just like to dress up.
What did you dress up as for Halloween?
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
But I do have a Santa costume.
Okay.
Maybe I'll break it out.
You got to break it out. It's going to be festive. And where do people sign up for Happy Mondays?
So we have an Eventbrite page, so you can just RSVP there. If you go to our Instagram and swipe up on our Instagram story, we have a direct link there. Or if you want to chat with Valeria, you can email Valeria at erosionnyc.com. Whichever way you prefer.
Just doing another way to check now, you see. Pull it in. It's trending a smidgen longer on this side, but this side's slightly damper. So there's so much stretch in the hair when the hair's wet that you get a little bit more length, so I'm gonna stay with it. If you ever watch me cut hair, I always say, focus on the general shape. Don't worry about a 1/2 millimeter or a 1/4 millimeter. It's not that important. What's important is making sure that the overall balance of the shape is good. Of course, if you're doing straight hair, you want to make sure, if you're doing a 1-length bob, make sure you're completely precise, graduated bob. But when you're working on texture like this, you can just get that shape correct. If it's a 1/2 millimeter off, no one's gonna know. Just work cleanly and methodically. And allow the hair to dry so you can see what's happening. Also keep an eye on the client's head, because when the client moves, I said it earlier, when the client moves, that'll offset your cut.
I'm gonna come back on this side.
You got lost there, didn't you?
I did.
You got lost. You went out on the ocean. You was like lost in the ocean there. You have to talk to Ocean Lover over here.
Oh, yeah.
My wavy girl. So you'll notice this side here we cut down, opposite side we cut up. It's all part of the function of when you're scissor cutting, you will have to approach it slightly differently. The razor is a great tool for helping overcome that, because the razor you can cut the same on both sides. I think we're kind of, yeah, let's have a look and you'll see, look at the transition here. So there's a little connection right here. That's from that side, this side. So now we're gonna come through here. I'm gonna squeeze in there, Olivia. There you go. London Bridge is falling down. She slid right in. Said the bishop to the mistress. Okay, so right now, I am just gonna blend that in. right through. Comb that hair all the way, back and in, and just clean up that texture. You're kind of connecting both sides together. Was that your leg squeaking?
My ducks.
Oh, it was your ducks. Your man likes ducks. Your man likes ducks. Hey, ducks. Okay, let's spin around and have a look and see. Okay, so right now we're getting our shape into the hair. What I'm going to do is I'll show you before we're going to be getting our next surfer dudette. We're going to get her shampooed in a second. I'll introduce you to her in a minute. She's patiently waiting. I'm just going to come through the center. Hair's 90% dry. You just can see you get that precision-based technique. Just keep it nice and clean. And this will just help to make sure that we've got that precision-based technique. Just blending that in. Top section. Now we've done what we call the foundation of the cut, and what's left is just the top. And the top, what's left is really, we're going to assess and see how we're going to cut that. We can connect it in or we can keep it slightly longer. We've combed a lot of this curl out, so because we've allowed this hair to dry, but we can visually see the shape. So remember how long we cut it initially. It was down below the shoulder, but with the shrink, it jumps up. So we'll take the horseshoe section out. There's about 3 or 4 different ways to approach this. I'm going to split it down the center. And I think what we're going to do is I'm now going to put a triangle in the front. So we're going to take a section all the way from the back, triangle to the front. So we now have left this long, we got the length right around the face, which we might leave a little bit more looseness and freedom to give it a more, I want it to feel like it's got the shape, but I also want it to have a little bit of looseness. So we'll keep the length around the front, and let's bring over Renee. Come on over here, Renee, and bring your phone. Okay, here she is. She's our surfer dude, all the way from France. Our surfer dudette.
Surfer dudette.
Where are you from?
Florida. Sorry.
Oh, Florida. Okay, Florida. Shows your picture. Let's have a look. Whereabouts in Florida are you from?
Central Florida.
Central Florida. What's Central Florida?
Like Orlando.
Oh, Orlando. Don't mess with Mickey. Do you like it shorter at the front, longer at the back, or is it just kind of that shape that you like? You just kind of like the feel of that?
I like the shape of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you look like her. Is it you?
It's not me.
She looks similar, doesn't she? What do you think?
Yeah, she does kind of look
She looks similar. She looks cute. Oh, and you got a double in your nose. Yeah, I do. All right, what are we going to shampoo her with?
Ultraviolet.
Let's shampoo with ultraviolet conditioner, and we'll see you in a sec. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Still breathing?
Yep. I think
Good.
so.
I think so. So let's come from the back. Let's section this out. And we've got the head up perfectly. And now I'm going to connect the back in. And I'm going to comb the hair out at 90 degrees. And now we're going to fan around. I'm going to work around. So this is like an interpretation now of a round layer cut. So I'm changing the top just a little. I'll move the chair. Usually in the salon you'll move your feet. The reason why I'm cutting it from the back is I want to kind of keep a little bit more length around the front. And we slowly start to work. Keep your sections nice and skinny, and we'll connect into the underneath. As the hair dries, it might lock up a little, so just keep your sections fine. and keep everything super precise.
We also have an hola from David Gatt.
Hello, David Gatt.
Yeah.
David, we set up a call? We said at Expo that we would talk. I think if we could set up a call for the first week in December, would be fantastic. Hola. I got a lot to talk about. All good stuff, my friend. All good stuff.
We have a hello from North Carolina, from Sharon Duffield.
Hello, Sharon. We were just in South Carolina in Charlotte, and we'll be back in North Carolina in the first half of the year. Looking forward to doing maybe some classes out there, as well as a Happy Mondays. So we're looking forward to that. So that's one side completely connected. And now we'll do exactly the same. You stay there, Lauren, I'll come to you. There you go. So now we approach it a different way. Everything's always being combed inwards. Scooping the hair in using the fine teeth of the comb. Just to get that nice balance in there. Scooping it up and in. Now remember, if you're interested in education, our education calendar will be going live within the next, hopefully, 48 hours. And then as of next week, when we kind of hit the big holiday shopping explosion, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, look out as we launch our education credit program. If you're looking to invest in Erosion education next year, it's a great way to stock up on your education. Also, any class that's purchased for education, any money that's spent is a tax deduction, so you can look into that too, maybe get a deduction for this year. Rotating the comb around, fine teeth of the comb for precision, all the way and rounding it right the way in to what we cut underneath. Final few sections, and then we still have our length right at the front. If you see me rotate my fingers, it's all for comfort. You just saw me cut on the outsides of my fingers. Now you see me cut on the insides of my fingers. Notice how I rotate the comb around to make sure that I'm combing the hair well, blending that hair right the way in. And there's going to be the outsides of my fingers one more time, rounding that in. It's got to feel lighter, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Let's spin around and have a look. Shape is definitely taking in now. So we've got the length right here. This length is right at the front. So I'm going to work to keep some of this length, because I think the underneath's going to give it the support. So now what we're going to do is we are now going to over-direct this hair back and up. When it comes to education next year, we are going to keep a lot of the same classes that we've been teaching, but we're going to have them very selective. And we are going to be teaching out in the marketplace in some of our ambassador partner salons, but the classes are going to change in 2019. So, get ready for that. There's going to be shorter classes when we're out in the field, because now we have distribution. We need to teach and touch as many people as possible. So just combing the hair straight back and just cutting this hair. You can see how I put my finger there. See how flat we cut this. The shape is actually rounded in, but if I continue on in this flat path, I'm going to keep a little bit more length around the front. Slightly over directing the hair back into the previously cut section. I like the way I said that. In the previously cut section.
Vanessa Sosa says, come to Texas.
Whereabouts in Texas, Vanessa? We talked about potentially doing an expose in Austin, but why don't you tell us where you are? I do have some great areas in Texas that I love. I like Austin, I like San Antonio. So I think it'd be good to get to Texas too.
Oh, San Antonio.
There you go. On the Riverwalk. Have you been to San Antonio?
No, I've never been to Texas.
You've never been to Texas?
Nope.
You'd be okay in Texas. Everything's big like your hair. You'll win. So lifting that all the way. So it's not actually connecting into the sides right now. So because I'm over directing this hair up and back, it is not connecting into the sides. I'll show that to you in a second. Straight up. So this is a very structured haircut for Melissa. It's good to do that. It's nice to change your technique. Erosion philosophy is very much one of, if it's involving hair, we're gonna do it. So even though we've kind of pioneered American wave, we've pioneered professional razor cutting, we also have our roots in scissor cutting. Let me show you what I mean by the non-connection. When I comb that hair down, it doesn't connect. If I comb this out, you'll see there's the disconnect, there to there. So now I think it's time for me to just introduce a little razor in the air.
It's
I got French, didn't I? Is it going to snow today, Lauren?
It is. It's gonna snow a lot.
It's going to snow a lot?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Until tomorrow.
Little hydro mist. It's my lightweight spray conditioner. Bring that curl, damp that hair down. We're going to be putting products in the hair, so we need the hair to be damp. We finish the shape up. She's got beautiful hair.
Thank you.
It's Italian Turkish hair. Yeah, it's a Turkish delight. Have you been to Turkey?
Nah.
You been to Italy?
Nope.
You been to Texas?
Nope.
Where have you been?
I've been to Colorado.
Oh, she's been to Colorado.
And California once.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was really nice there.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Yep, I remember that age. Vaguely. Do you like traveling?
Yeah, I just can't afford it yet.
Yeah, you will.
Eventually.
Eventually. All right, let's just clean a little bit of the hair away. Keep your clients comfortable when you work. Yeah. Be firm but gentle. All right, so now we've got the razor. And we're just gonna razor a little bit in through the front and the top. And then we're gonna be having Olivia style it for us. So we're gonna comb this hair forward. The razor is very fluid, so we're just gonna connect it. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna channel it. There you go, little channel. So now we're gonna comb it forward again. And we're just gonna channel. Channel, channel. This just kind of creates a little bit more shortness and a little bit more freedom into the structured cut. So this is a nice way to create more separate curls in the haircut once you've got your shape in. Because I spent all the time putting in a really structured shape. And all we're doing right now is through the top, just adding a little space. Because then these curls will have a little bit more space to form. Just do the same on this side. So section, back, Comb a little bit from the other side. We'll comb that in. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna nail that in a little bit, blend it loosely, and then channel, but keep the length. Little channel right in here. So this is a little bit of freedom right at the end of the structured cut. Same again, channel, channel, channel. And we're just working back from the front. And the nice thing is when you do this, it just creates space, creates a little bit of freedom, adds a little free form to the shape, personalization. But because the shape was cut and structured, means the shape's really gonna last.
Jesme Granado says, "You are so amazing. Took your boot camp seminar 5 years ago. It changed my career. Best decision I ever made."
Excellent. Well, thank you. Yeah, boot camp is our 4-week intensive. We'll do that once a year in our New York Academy in Soho. And it's 4 weeks of education. And then also, we've also started to introduce a thing called bite-sized boot camp. You can sign up for a week or 2 weeks. Now remember, let me give you the lowdown on this. Week 1 is scissor cutting. Week 2 is hair color technique. Week 3 is men's barbering and hair styling. And then week 4 is all razor cutting. It's a 4-week program. You're sharing our culture for 4 weeks in our New York Academy. A lot of people in this country and abroad want to spend a month. They want to move to New York, but it's not really possible for them. But to come for a week and study, or to come for a month and study, kind of can help to fill up the ambition and the inspiration. You know what we're going to have is we're going to have 2 products. We're going to have Elixir and Structure from American Wave, please. And let's jump in. Let's get the Structure first. So this product here is our styling cream. It's called Structure. It's an our American Wave product. Use any products in your hair?
Yeah, I use a hair gel and then some product called It's a 10.
It's a 10. Well, it's a 25. Yeah. So quite a bit. She's got a lot of hair. This product is a lightweight holder. It's going to control. I'm going to run it right the way through the hair. Right the way through. Rub it in the hands. This product's $28. Work it right the way through. You run your fingers through like a big comb. Then you take it and you work it from the underneath. You always leave product in the palms of your hand. Work it all the way in. And then we're going to go with Elixir. You want to show up the Elixir there to the camera? Thanks, Olivia. And let's put some in my hand.
How much do you want?
Go on, give me a dollop. There you go. So this is a defrizzing gel. Lightweight. It's got like an oil finish to it. Can you see the sheen? That's the oil within the product. The jojoba. Jojoba. And we run that in all the way through again. Don't put the products into dry hair. Put the products into wet or damp hair. Yep. You know, she's taking the cape off right now. We like to do that. The hair's not dripping. We don't want the hair to drip. We want the hair to be dry. We want the hair to be damp but dry enough that it doesn't drip. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our big wide tooth comb and I'll show you a couple and then we'll have Olivia take over and she can take her to the other side of the salon. I like to start at the front and I just take little small 1-inch sections and when I take my comb, I do it like this. I ziggy zag. So I'm zigzagging the section. So it's not a straight section. This hair is going to curl on its own. So just take little ribbons out, comb the product through, twist, comb the product through, twist, twist. Just lock in that curl. There's the zigzag. She's got great hair. Just comb that right the way in, twist, twist, twist. And we're going to be using our diffuser, yeah? Our sock diffuser. You want to show everybody that? Where do they get them from?
From ErosionPro.com.
ErosionPro.com. You can get the diffusers from ErosionPro.com. And we just work this right the way in. And then we're just going to do all of this, and then you're going to diffuse it for me. Spin, twist, twist. Once she's all twisted, then we're going to diffuse the whole head. There'll be no part, it'll just fall around, okay? So you go with Olivia. She's going to diffuse you. And I'll bring in Renee. And we'll do some razor cut on Renee's surfer dude hair from Florida, Orlando. Don't mess with Mickey. How long have you been in New York?
Almost 2 years.
You like it?
Yes.
Yeah? Let's have one more look at the picture. Do you have it? Show us the magique. This is her from another mother. Cute, pretty. All right, so razor bob, and it's slightly longer at the back and shorter through the front, which I like the idea of that. It's like slightly, it's not A-line, it's the opposite, which I really kind of think is going to look really dope. So the first thing what we should do is we'll approach it slightly differently. We'll do the bangaroonies last. We'll section it down the center. Did you blow dry your hair, love? No. Good. Who colors your hair?
Ken Lock Salon.
Ken Mark Salon.
Ken Lock.
Ken Lock. Where is that?
It's in Greenpoint.
Greenpoint. How much?
Does it cost?
Yeah.
Like almost $300.
$300. Wow. When are you going to color it again?
I think I might start growing it out.
Ah. Okay, so we're going to start the front. I think we'll start the front and then we can drop the back a little longer. What do you think, Lauren?
I think that's a good plan.
You feel good about that?
Yeah.
Show me one more time. Give me one more time. Great.
One more time.
So we're going to cut it just below the jaws because it's going to shrink up a little. Great job. Oh, look, she's already got some broken bits anyway.
Yeah,
She's broken.
whack it off.
Just whack it off. She's broken. It happened in the washing machine. And she crashed and burned. So right here, we're going to start. You see that piece here? We're going to start. Well, let's cut this in. Keep it a little longer. Now, you'll notice this is a fresh blade, but when you're working on hair that's so peroxide blonde, what happens is sometimes the blade slides off the razor. So if that happens, allow the hair to dry out a little bit. This is a straight edge blade. You can buy the straight edge razors on ErosionPro.com. And it's a great razor, the best razor in the business. We also have handcrafted wood ones. So if you're interested in something a little bit more expensive and refined, our handcrafted wood razors are beautiful. So we're putting the line in right around the front. Now remember, this is some of this stuff here is going to turn into bangaroonies. So she's going to have some bangs put in. So just putting that line in. And that was very quick. So this is our quick one, which is good.
Our team says, "What's up from Canada?" Keep up the great
Canada.
stuff.
We're going to go to Canada. Where's she in Canada, did she say?
She didn't.
All right, we've got to go to
Where
Canada
are you,
next
our
year.
team?
Still looking for a Canadian distributor or a number of Canadian distributors to help get the product, Erosion product, up into the Canadian market. Section again. Let's keep the clip in. There you go. And she's good news is she got the same kind of breakage on this side. She's consistently broken. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not. Because we're going for more of a look and a feel. Sometimes it's always nice to start in slightly different places too. If you're on autopilot all the time, it is nowhere near as good. So here we use more of the back or the heel of the blade. Just turn to me for a second. Great. So let's just check that length. Lauren's diving into my space, so tight like a tiger.
You gotta get the good angles, you know?
Yeah, that's what she said.
We have a question from Becky Verdoni. She's asking if she can come assist you for just a day.
Well, Becky, if you want to come and hang out in our studio, we do allow you to do that. Just contact Nuala at Erosion NYC. So that's Nuala, N-U-A-L-A, at ErosionNYC.com. And I'm sure we can facilitate that. All right, let's have a little look at the front. Okay, so we got our little length in here. Now let's bring the length in through the back. So right now, we're going to go from there and we're going to drop it down. So I'll section it down the center. And let's start under here. Let's start all the way under here and get it to look really good. So I want to kind of imagine this piece down to this piece. So I'm going to cut it using the back or the heel of the blade into the back. And I've sectioned it at one side. So I've sectioned it down the center back. I'm just going to cut one side first. Chin just slightly down. Perfect. That just flattens out the back of the neck. It just makes it, gives me a little bit more space to maneuver. We call this edge work, using the edge of the razor to get the line in. You can see right there we're establishing the line. Now we want to keep it pretty one length so it becomes a little bit more thatch-like, which means it's thicker and fuller. And right now we've started to come all the way up to the connector. So the edge of the blade. And I'm going to open the blade up just a little bit more as we move. When I talk about saying I'm going to open up the blade, what that means is you'll see a little bit more movement in the razor. And that means I'm going to put a little bit more texture into the haircut. Work nice and clean so that you can stay completely focused on the shape. Don't worry about the ear. If it gets in the way, cut it off. Using the edge. Comb the hair straight down. So if you're tuning in, it is longer through the base or through the nape. We wanted that kind of feel for it to be not so square, but slightly shorter around the front, which I think is a very modern line. An A line is obviously very nice, but this has a slightly different feel, and it gives it a more modern feel because it's different on the eye. You can just see kind of keeping it kind of loose but structured all at the same time. Using the flat of the blade now. I want to see how that hair texture starts to come out. Let me have a look in the mirror. ShamWow. There you go. That's good. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So it gets a little longer through the back, which is nice. It's going to change shape again once we put the bangs in. So the bangs will always change the shape of it. So that's going to be the complement. So really this is line cutting with a razor. Not so much layering. A little bit of texturizing with a razor. It's a simplistic shape, but seeing as she's got a little French, you know, she's got it's a little French style too. Bonjour. Looks stylish. Do you go back to Florida a lot?
I'm going home for Thanksgiving.
You are? Orlando?
Yes.
That airport's crazy.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy. Have you been to France?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
We did.
Where did you go?
To Bordeaux is where my family is.
Bordeaux. Bordeaux. Camembert. Great. So that's the flat of the blade. Notice right here. It's the flat of the blade. So that just takes off a little bit more of the top surface when I do the flat of the blade. Now this is tipping. Again, when you're razor cutting, it's more like sketching the shape in. If you watch the earlier haircut, that's very structured. This haircut is structured, but because we're using a different tool, it gives it a little bit more of a different feel. Now let's do exactly the same on this side. So you start in low and you've got to kind of blend into here and imagine where you're at. You get a little hydro mist. It's just drying out just a bissel. Just a little. Right there. Section 1. Take my Erosion clip. See the sharp piece right here? Kind of working that down and in. It's nice to work quickly too. If you can get your shapes set in, it's really good. What that means is it means that you've got more time to refine it. You know, focus on getting general shape in, and then refinement can come more towards the end. Edge of the blade.
Joa Soares says, thank you for sharing.
You're very welcome, JR. Thank you for tuning in to our Brooklyn Live.
Oh, our Todd Dow is tuning in. He says, good morning.
Todd's here. It's about time, Toddy. A lot of them was commenting that she missed you.
I did. I missed him.
There you go. All right, so you'll see right there. I like to rotate the wide tooth of the comb. This is the razor comb. I was using the scissor comb earlier. The razor comb has a wider side for no tension. Yeah, the scissor comb has low tension and even tension. The razor comb has even tension and no tension. The razor comb's slightly bigger. It makes it easier to manipulate as you rotate the comb in your hand. When I pick the comb up, there's a lot of rotation, and this finger locks down the razor. Keep your sections very methodical, very clean, very concise and clear. Remember, it's the Erosion technique is not using the whole arm. This is the whole arm. Not wrong, it's just slightly different approach. So you can see, I'll do that again. Notice that the finger doesn't move, just the arm. Now when I do the Erosion, more the Erosion technique, It's more just a motion of the finger and the thumb. So it is slightly different. I like to think of it as just another option, and it's a little bit lighter. So it's something that, you know, as we've done razor cutting, we've evolved with it. Using the tool in the salon, practicing in the salon every day. I'm an active stylist. There's a lot of educators out there that are excellent educators, but maybe are not in the salon as much. I'm in the salon all the time, doing clients pretty much every day when I'm in New York. So it keeps my technique fresh and well honed. So just finishing all of the length before we start to spin round and have a look in the mirror to see how she's looking. And that's more of an open stroke right now. And you'll see that I'm moving the head around for comfort. I want to put the client exactly where I want her. It's my prerogative to make sure that I'm in control. Same way that when she's on the ocean, she chooses the wave she wants to ride. Yeah?
Yeah. Todd says, I find when you use the fingers, you have a lighter touch, which gives me more control.
Sure does, Todd, and I saw some of your haircuts online. You're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. Stay inspired, stay motivated, stay positive. That's what it's all about. Let's bring her around to the front. Start to have a look and see what we got. All the way in. Great. Now what I'm going to do is I'll come around the back here. And we're going to comb this all the way back. I'm going to come from the inside out. So I'm going to lighten the edge just a little. And then we'll do the bang bangs. She shut me down. So I'm going to take out a little bit of that corner. So while I've got the length in the center back, I'm just going to take out a little bit of that corner. And then just with the tip. And then here just with the tip. And we comb it from side to side. And just have a look. Again, it's visual as much as anything else. Next section. Just going to take out a little bit of that corner. And then just with the tip of the blade, we call this tipping. Just going to tip in just a little. So it's longer through the back. Kind of has a nice, more modern shape because of that. I'm here in my Williamsburg salon. This is on Broadway. It's almost underneath the Williamsburg Bridge. Next year, they're going to be shutting down the L train, which means that we're going to get a lot more business because the Marcy stop, is it the Marcy stop up here?
That's the J.
The J?
Yeah.
That stop
Everyone's
there.
going to go on the J.
Everyone's going to be on the J, baby. Ain't nothing but a J thing, baby. You're going to drive me crazy.
I guess I'll have to walk to work.
Yep, you will. Can you do that, Lauren?
I don't know. I'm going to have to leave at like 6 a.m.
6 a.m. All right, so now it's bang time. Let's take our section first, because it's the most important bit of the cut. It's a nice thing when you're working with a razor comb, you get a really nice section, because the comb's got that like big wide space. All right, show me a picture one more time. Cute. So just above the eyebrow, slightly longer, a little loose, not so perfect. You had these bangs before?
Yes.
You like them? She's got a cute face for it. And a double.
And a double.
And a little double. When did you pierce your nose?
Like 4 years ago.
You did? It's been in ever since? Yeah? You're gonna keep it in?
For a while.
Crocodile. For a while, crocodile. Section from the outside in. Comb that section down. You can just look at the growth pattern of the hair. And I'm going to use the edge. Don't go too short to begin with. We can always cut more. We can't stick it back on. I suppose you can, but we don't want to. Just take this piece out. There you go. A little bit of sharpness just on those temple areas creates a little bit more space. And that sits in better. Because sometimes that hair through here puffs out the hair. When it puffs out the hair, it doesn't sit quite as cute. Fine teeth of the comb always to cut with. Hair down. Get the razor moving before you put it into the hair. It's kind of cut hair before you cut hair. Get the motion of the blade, and then just melt that hair away. And then always comb with the wide teeth of the comb, so you can see what we're creating. Where do you live?
Williamsburg.
You do?
I did.
Near Lauren?
I don't know. I walked, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I'm off Graham.
Okay.
What's that? Well, what's that? You're off what?
Graham.
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 How'd you spell it?
Graham, like the cracker.
That's Graham, not Graham.
Graham.
Graham. I'm off Graham. So I was like, Graham?
You don't know that street name?
Graham? Oh, Graham.
You don't know Graham?
No. I know Houston. Is it Houston or Houston? Houston. Is it Graham or Graham?
Oh my gosh.
What is it? How'd you say it?
Graham.
Graham. So shoot, Graham. Graham. Yeah. Is it aluminum or aluminium?
Ooh, I don't know. Aluminum.
Ah, that's American. Aluminum. Graham. Okay, so I worked with my sections across. She's got a cold nose. Warm heart. Section across. Melt that hair away. And then just comb it with a wide tooth. Yeah, so you can see how it moves. It looks pretty good. Now we'll come to the other side. We didn't even show anybody your outfit today, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Did you wear it specifically for Brooklyn Live? Yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
You got your snow boots on?
Got my snow boots on and my crop top.
Crop top? You got a boob tube on?
A boob tube? I guess you could call it.
Did they say that?
No, I don't think so.
They say Graham. So look at these bits here. This will make a big difference if I just take this away. See that, Lauren?
Not really.
Well, what you doing? Get in there. You missed it.
In the way.
Well, you got to move around.
Trying to get in there.
So what I did that you didn't see was I cut this temple area shorter. Yep. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come across. And we're going to cut it short to long. Nice clean sections, fine teeth, work methodically, precisely. So So it exudes confidence, even like this hand here. If it rests lightly, so you rest lightly, just right here, you know the skin, you know where the face is. You're working with a straight edge razor, so you want to be really precise around your client and secure and safe. Yeah. I mean, if you could even, you know, put another ring in it if you've got a bit. So right here, comb it nice and down. It's like the back of my hand. Sometimes I'll just steady, lightly, my finger, just to make it nice and steady, very light. And then you notice how I'm not taking this too short because it's going to jump. It's going to jump around. So flat of the blade, right here's the flat of the blade. How are we doing, Olive? We good?
Yeah.
She didn't speak.
90% there.
She didn't even speak today, Lauren, did she?
She didn't.
How cool was
So
that?
good.
She was like
Really
silent.
calm.
It was so calm and quiet. Okay. So now let's have a look in the mirror. Do you push it more one way than the other?
Probably the way you have it right now.
More this
Yeah.
way. Okay. So let's throw a little bit more this way. Now let's just use our vision to refine and just make it look even better. Yeah, we don't want to wet it down anymore. We want to allow it to kind of do its thing. So I'm going to chop it up just a little. So first off, I'll start here. She's got some breakage underneath. You can see that. A little bit of breakage, which I don't mind. I want to take that corner off. That breakage is going to work. That little shortness under there is going to work for me. But again, like we did with curly, you can do a little channel. A little channel action. So that creates a bit more space and still gives it that thatch-like thick feel, which I think's hot. Right here, just come in, come in, come in. And then we just loosen that out. Through the back, we did a little bit of knocking out the corner, so we don't need to do too much. But again, just allowing that hair to dry so you can see it. Do you have brothers and sisters? Just you? That's why I think your mom and dad need you home. And you left them? Kind of a daughter of you. See, she left them, mom and dad. So same on this side. We're trying to make it even. It's better if it's not. You don't want to make it too perfect. It's a feel. You got to get the feel right. It's like your personality. When you're doing haircuts like this, let your personality kind of jump into the cut. Sometimes good to close the razor and just shake it and see how it kind of sits and falls. Yeah? Soon we'll be drying it, we'll be blasting it dry. And while it dries, we'll be looking at it. So again, just a little bit of channeling. And here, a little bit of channeling through here. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Lauren?
My mom's coming up.
Your mom?
Yeah.
You're Orlando, aren't you?
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
But I went to UCF.
Floridale?
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale?
Yeah.
You went, where did you go?
To UCF.
What's UCA?
UCF is the college in
UC
Orlando.
what?
F.
F.
University of Central Florida.
UCF. Do you know that?
Yes.
Did you go?
I did not.
Where did you go?
I went to Valencia.
Valencia.
We connected at that.
Was it fun?
Yes.
Are the colleges any good in Florida?
Wow. We have a lot of colleges.
We do. UCF's like one of the biggest though.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
That's huge.
UCF's one of the biggest
Yeah.
colleges? All right. Now, let's dry. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we
Let's
got.
power dry it. I'm not going to put any products in it right now. I've got a little bit of Hydro Mist. I'm going to keep the cape on because she's dressed in black and she's going to end up looking like she's got a cat. Do you have a cat?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah?
You got me nailed.
What kind of a cat you got?
She's like a medium.
A medium cat.
I don't know. I rescued her.
She's a medium cat.
Medium hair.
A medium cat.
Little gray.
Little grey medium cat. Yeah. What are you having for turkey? What are you having for Thanksgiving?
Medium cat.
Sorry, a medium cat. Yeah.
Todd's asking Nick, if you had carte blanche on this model, what would you do?
This.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, she's cute. Charlotte's not better. We have carte blanche. Just because you have a picture doesn't mean we're going to do it. Yeah? I like the picture though. I think if the picture works, go for it. I like her hair. I like the look. I think it's fun. Just lightly, gently blow drying it. Just with our hands, shaking that hair out. So you don't need a brush for this. Just allow it to do what it wants to do and get better. Yeah. She won't wash it for days because she's got a special shower cat. Does your mum like the shower cat?
She does.
She does? What kind of hair does your mother have?
Dark, kind of curly.
Dark curly hair.
Dark brown.
What?
Very brown.
Very brown. But you're very brown too, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah?
You can see it.
You can see. The Hydro Mist just gives it a little slip. So a little shine. And then we'll apply some more products to really bring it out.
Todd is asking, okay then, what is your favorite haircut you're most proud of, past or present?
This one. Just did it. You'd have asked me half an hour ago, it would have been that one. Ah, no, Todd. You always try and do the best that you can with what you got. Variety is the spice of life. That's what I think. Sometimes they work out perfect, sometimes they work out less perfect. As long as your client knows that you do your best and that you try and you put the right intention behind what you're doing, then you're good. Ooh, we'll shake it out in a second, yeah? So you see, it's a great texture. Alright, do a little bit of scissor cutting and then we'll put some products in it. And then it's time for the what?
Red wall.
The red wall.
Where is it?
The red wall. I know where the red wall is. It's right there. Just now I'm just gonna, I was watching it as I was drying it. So you're just having a look at the texture and you're looking at the shape. And you know, let your hands do the walking. You've used your comb a lot, so now it's time for the hands to kind of just do it. Just puts a little bit more sharpness around the front. Is that like an owl? It's like a big owl.
Boiler.
Oh, it's the kettle. We have a kettle that sounds like an owl. So I think I'm gonna need some products. What do you think? Let's see if Olivia knows what I'm gonna want.
Dry shampoo and dry conditioner.
She knew exactly what I wanted.
She's good.
And a shower cap. So just with a scissor, just helps to punch out that texture. Just a little bit. Feel good? You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Good. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna come and shake it out in a minute. So just chop this up a little.
Did you put any product in before your blusher?
No, I just used a little hydro mist.
Nice.
Little hydro. Okay, so we're gonna dry it in a sec. I'm just gonna put this in. This is our Refinish Dry Shampoo. It's our texture spray. Yes, if you can't afford a shower cap because they're $473, just use dry shampoo, don't shower. Spray under your arms too.
Dry conditioner is good for that too.
So this is gonna make it feel thicker. Gonna pull out that hair, make it feel thicker. This is a brilliant product. This product's $29, and it's a texture spray and a dry shampoo, and comes in travel size as well. And it's going to build, like you can see, it's building loads of bulk in the hair. We talk about bulk, it means like, you know, it's kind of building the hair up, but it's completely clear. So it really does kind of give it that kind of raggedy feel. But then just in a cute way. It's a cute raggedy feel. It's great for on set. It's great if you want to create that mess, thickness. You'll see how it changes the hair a lot. See how, look, it's just completely changed the hair just with the product. Yeah. So that's good to get the texture in. And then we're going to dry it, and then I'll put a little dry conditioner in. This will blow dry it out a little. See how it gives it a little bit more polish. You can take the cape off now. She's got a cat anyway. I know she's sat on a cat. Oh, honey.
Marco Camiso just said, good morning. I had 8 clients at 8 a.m. Or I had a client at 8 a.m. that wanted to get done before the snow.
Oh, good, Marco.
So he's here now.
Good.
The big finale.
How much snow's coming?
Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
They overhype it.
I know, it probably won't even snow.
You know, they overhype it, Lauren. You know that, they overhype the snow. Everyone wants to go home early, you know. Snow, can't get home because of the snow. That's Lauren's, that'd be Lauren's excuse.
Marco said 100 feet.
100 feet. Yeah. 100 feet. That's the length of Lauren's boots.
There we go.
She's a big foot.
A manly voice and a big foot. Tell me more about myself.
Sorry, Todd. She's got big feet. Look, there she is. She's got big feet. She's got boots on. Is this your snow look?
Yeah, crop tops and boots.
Crop tops and ducks, and Olivia's got her ducks and boots on. This is 60-year-old. What kind of dance is that? What the
You don't like my
heck?
dance?
That's a
I
great
was doing a
dance.
Lauren dance.
It's a Lauren dance. Now we'll just finish it up with a little bit of dry conditioner. Do you feel like we got what you wanted? Good. So you're gonna grate your color out?
I think I might.
What to?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just stay in my natural color. We'll see.
I've got this new colorist in Soho. She always needs models. She's really good. It'll be like $40, $50. It's better than 300.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Much better.
You know, you should come and talk to her. All right, we're going to come back to you. We're going to take you to the red wall in a minute. But now we're going to go over to curls for days. Come on, let's
Curls
go
for
over to
days.
curls for days. Bring me a dryer. Wow. Okay, head over curls for days. Let's shake it.
Shake it out.
Get me the dry shampoo too, the texture spray. Now once you've twisted that hair, now we make it wild. We bring out the Sophia Loren. Do you even know who she is? No, young people don't. Yeah. So we shake it out. Shake it out. So don't forget, you want to see America, if you want to get connected to Erosion, you can always check us out. We'll be here every Thursday, Brooklyn Live. Nick at 9 on Instagram. We have a Happy Mondays coming up on the 10th of December. If you want to come for education, come and check us out there. It'll be our Christmas special. I'll be in Florida again. I'll be in Atlanta before the end of the year. And we're going to continue to share all of our education all the way up until the holidays. Dry shampoo, this texture spray is just going to give it a little bit more volume, a little bit more looseness. You like?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah? It's wild. It's got great hair. Yeah? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister.
You have a sister?
Yeah.
Don't tell her, she's got nobody. Just she's alone, that's why she swims with the dolphins. She swims with the dolphins. Dolphin love. So once you form the curl, you can kind of bust it out because it won't destroy it. So you'll see now once you get that curl in there, you can do that. And I think we'll finish with a little bit of glint, yeah? So that's our full. It's our full curl. I like it.
It's really good.
Not too shabby, Nick.
Not too shabby. It came out good
Too shabby
today.
for a Thursday.
On the snow day. Snow day. This is a little bit of glint. It's our texture shine spray. Great for curl, part of our American wave. Just adds it's like, I think of it as a very light spray wax,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's kind of got that little sheen and that moisture.
A little bit of pull.
So we have like a pretty free razor cut today, and then we have a very structured round grad. And now, ladies, it's time to go to
The red wall.
the red wall. Come over to the red wall. It's where we say goodbye to you. Come Come over here. That's the tall guy, 17'7". Put your head on the lights, Keith. Stand next to each other, girls. Yeah? Good, so we have a nice round curly shape. Get in there. It's okay, look. I have my religion here. My religious chicks. Hang on a minute. I think we started off like this, didn't you?
Yeah. Cross necklaces available on erosionpro.com.
We'll make it online.
There you go. She's all ready. Domino party. Do you have a cross on?
No.
Come on.
No, that's not a cross.
No cross. What
my
is it?
nameplate.
Oh,
My
look.
nameplate.
We have the Bible bashers, and here we've got gangster rap. Melissa. It's a lot of fun. Let's have a look and see how they look. They look great. Cute job. We'll take some pictures. We'll see you soon. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, Olivia.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Lauren. And here's the tall guy behind.
Keith.
Bye, everyone.
All right, Lauren, turn it off.
Goodbye.